Hi everyone, and welcome to the first iteration of taking these Leicas around with me, well, wherever I go really. But firstly, I thought I'd try and explain how I ended up with these two Leicas, because I don't think that's quite normal for someone who's not a professional photographer like myself. But essentially, I purchased the Leica M6 roughly 8 months ago. Prior to that, I've always been into film photography in a way of like documenting my life really in like a rustic, authentic kind of way. Nothing substantial, just enjoyed the process. But I think that coupled with the fact that I've always like fantasized about owning a Leica. I thought about it for years, day on, day out. And yeah, as soon as I got a job promotion, I ran to the Leica store and yeah, picked up a Leica M6, the new model, the 2022 reissued, I think it's 2022 reissued model. So yeah, I deliberated hard as to whether to buy a new one or to buy a second-hand one. And I don't want to sound like superstitious or like cringe you out, but I just didn't want to have a second-hand one that was associated with someone else and it was their camera to tell their story. Like I wanted a fresh camera to start telling my story, and that might sound ridiculous and probably doesn't justify the extra price tag, but anyway, I had the money and I just thought, screw it, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I purchased the M6. Ever since I made that purchase, I had this ominous, overwhelming feeling that I needed to buy a second Leica, and that is definitely a thing. That is definitely a feeling that you should be able to get a diagnosis from your doctor, because if it's left untreated, it will cause much financial distress like it has me. No, I'm joking, but anyway, naturally I went and bought a used Leica M10-R. These cameras are obviously very different, but I think they do share a common theme, and I think it's coming quite cliche now, and there's a lot of people's opinion and their user experience as well, is that these cameras really do force you to like slow down, really think about what you're taking a photo of. It might be like more in the way of your composition, your framing, your light, the moment, whatever it is. It really does force you to slow down, and that's a process that I'm at the moment finding extremely satisfying, and I'm sure I will continue to find that process extremely satisfying. I've loved it so far. So essentially that's what we're going to do today. I'm lucky enough to live down in the southwest of the UK, right next to the county of Cornwall. There's some lovely fishing, coastal towns, villages, whatever, on the south and the north coast. So we're going to start today by going down to the south coast, going for a walk around, taking some photos there, hopefully get some of that morning light if the sun comes out, and then head to the north coast and hopefully get some nice pictures there as well for the evening and some of that golden light. So yeah, going to be completely chilled, gonna make a quick coffee and yeah, set off. Yeah, just arrived at Mevagissey. The sun's actually out a little bit, it's some clouds, but definitely not overcast, which is what I feared earlier. But so gonna get out there now and have a walk around. Yeah, so that's Mevagissey wrapped up. Hopefully they come out nicely. We'll, I think it's still pretty early, so I'm going to move on to another coastal town now. It's just down the road, a little town called Polperro, and then probably start to head north. My mum and dad kind of live midway between the south coast and the north coast, so I'll probably just stop off there and get some food or whatever, and then, yeah, make our way to the north. So I just finished at Polperro, some nice shots. It's mostly just intentional photography really, just like I know where the money shots are, I know where the touristy photos are, overlooking the harbours and stuff like that, but yeah, they're still beautiful nonetheless. Just make my way to my mum and dad's now, stop off there, a bit of lunch, say hello to the dog. To the north coast. What you can tell from the photos is that my pictures lack composition really. My tactic at the moment is just to point at things that look pretty and I hope they turn out nicely, which they do. Obviously, it's hard to make this place look not good. But I'm hoping as time goes on, I'll open my eyes a bit more, and my photography process will become a bit more refined, and I will start thinking more about shots. I feel like I'm doing that more now, especially now I've got the Leicas as well. I'm taking it more seriously and dedicating a lot more time to getting out and actually taking photos, and also traveling a lot more as well. So I'm hoping that process just gets better, and yeah, so this is the journey. But yeah, it's hard to make this place look shit, really. It's absolutely unbelievable. Hi guys, I just got back. Unfortunately, there was a massive cloud that came in and killed any chance of any decent light towards the end there. So yeah, I had to come home early. So yeah, a bit gutted about that, but it was still a great day anyway. I just wanted to touch on a couple of things, and one of the main things is the fact that earlier on I was saying, well, the first clip I was talking about how using these Leicas really does enable you to slow down and concentrate more on your compositions, your whether that's framing or your moments or your lighting, whatever it is, foreground, background. And then as the day went on, I started to critique my own photos, and they were quite messy, some of them, and they did lack composition. And they were generally quite safe as well. Like, I felt like anyone could come down here and take the same sort of photos, which you generally could. And then I thought, are my photos contradicting the things I was saying earlier on in the video? And I was like, oh God. But I just wanted to kind of reiterate something else I said, was that this is a process for me. Like, I'm very much at the beginning of my journey. And I'm genuinely excited by that. I'm loving that I'm taking rubbish photos, because it just means that there's so much to work on. This is not something you pick up in a day and complete. Like, I've got a vast amount of time to find my style and determine what makes like good photos for me. So I'm generally excited about that and getting out that and really refining my skill essentially. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. I also feel like you can't really mention Leicas without mentioning street photography. Street photography for me makes me feel uncomfortable, and I think that's an amazing thing. Like, and when I see other people doing street photography, I generally do see art in it. Like, I really do. I don't see it in mine, but I see it in other people's, and that's something I really want to bring into my photography at some point, or maybe very soon actually. I feel like I am in a great location for street photography. There's plenty of emotion around here. There's plenty of good lighting opportunities. There's foreground, backgrounds, good compositions. Everything that entails good for street photography will be found on the streets near me. I don't think it has to be big cities, but I could be wrong. I don't know. But anyway, let's just see what happens, and I can't wait to keep making more of these and yeah, keep improving. So thanks for tuning in for today, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. Thank you.